What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird. You know, we back on Bird's Eye View with it. And like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Your boy monetized now, man. Greatly appreciate all my supporters, all my subscribers. We can keep this train rolling for sure. We got great news today coming out of Colorado. We're just going to jump right into it. 247 Sports has ranked Colorado the #1 transfer portal institution in the country. What a phenomenal job Coach Prime and that coaching staff has been able to do to reel in all of the elite level talent that he's brought into Boulder. You also have the #1 player in the transfer portal, Travis Hunter. Of course, everyone knows about the 5-star DB wide receiver transfer from Jackson State, 6'1", $165 out of Swaney, Georgia. Of course, he was the #1 overall player in the 2022 class. Again, he's the #1 player in the 2023 transfer portal. Of course, in the 8 games he played, of course, he didn't play in the first few games. He played in the first game with Jackson State when they played against FAMU. Only played about 2 quarters and then came out. Of course, then he ended up getting that surgery done and getting that taken care of with his foot. Came back. He was still SWAC Freshman of the Year in 8 games. Had 9 PBUs, 2 interceptions. 1 was a house call against Alcorn State. He had 20 tackles. That was just on defense. On offense, he had 18 catches, 188 yards, 4 touchdowns. He mainly only played offense in the last 4 games of the season because even when they brought him back, they still primarily played him on defense. They didn't play him both ways, really. So he got, he obtained all those offensive yards mainly in the last 4 games. We know everything about Travis Hunter and what he brings to the game of football. So we're definitely excited to see what he's going to do in that Buffalo program. We're going to keep this train rolling with the #23 player in the transfer portal, Shadura Sanders, 4-star quarterback, Jackson State transfer, 6'2", 215 out of Dallas, Texas. What a phenomenal resume he had at Jackson State. Of course, coming out of high school, he was a top 10 player in the state of Texas. He was a top 12 quarterback in that overall class. He was also a top 60 overall player at Jackson State. 2 seasons, 23-3 record. He was 16-0 in the SWAC, never lost a SWAC game, back-to-back SWAC championships. He holds Jackson State records for passing touchdowns in the season with 40, completions with 344. He's second in passing yards in the season with 3,752. He was only 56 yards away from being #1 in that. He had in the 2 seasons that he was there, 70 touchdowns through the air, another 9 touchdowns on the ground. 1 National Freshman of the Year, and he followed that up in his sophomore campaign. SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-SWAC, Box 2 Row National Offensive Player of the Year. Also first team All-American for that as well. Hero Sports FCS Sophomore All-American. He was ranked also as the 4th best quarterback in the transfer portal. Again, he's #23 overall, 4th best quarterback. So we can't wait, of course, to see Shadura Sanders. It looks like he's expected to be one of the best players to come out of the transfer portal. I know there was a statement saying that he has the most impact out of all the players in the transfer portal. So we're definitely waiting to see that for sure. We'll keep this train rolling with Shadura Sanders. He's the #29 player in the transfer portal. Arkansas State transfer, 4-star tight end, 6'4", 210 out of London, England. Coming out of high school, he was a top 50 wide receiver. He actually played wide receiver in high school. He was a top 100 player in Florida. This past season at Arkansas State, 50 catches, 655 yards, 4 touchdowns. He led the Sun Belt with tight ends when it comes to catches and yards. He was 2nd in touchdowns. He was first team All Sun Belt. He was ranked 3rd amongst FBS tight ends for receiving yards and yards per catch with 13.1. He had at least 50 receiving yards in 6 games. 2nd best tight end in the portal behind the Jaheim Bell kid from South Carolina that transferred to Florida State. Of course, he was a top 10 overall player in the portal, so it's not, that's not bad to be 2nd best behind him. What an exciting player to watch for sure for this upcoming season. He's definitely going to make some plays for you. We're excited to see exactly what he's going to do. We'll keep this train rolling, man. We got the #94 best player, Dexter Kennedy. Now, I love this piece. I'm telling you, I love this piece for you guys. 4-star linebacker, 6'3", about 220 out of Theodore, Alabama. He was in that 2020 class. He was the #1 player in Alabama. #3 inside linebacker in the country. He was top 40 overall in the nation. Getting transferred from Alabama. Didn't see the field much at Alabama. He was mainly on special teams. But, I mean, of course, you know, the factory that Alabama has there. It's just so much talent. You know, everyone can get on the field. He did have 8 tackles. He actually rushed the football a little bit there, too. He had 7 carries for 16 yards. That just pretty much tells you, you know, how much of an athlete he is. He's a physical specimen, man, who can really run and finish at linebacker. Nasty, aggressive, pure headhunter, man. I mean, this kid plays with reckless abandon. Great first step and bend. He actually ran a 10.9 in the 100-meter dash. I mean, this kid is just a phenomenal athlete. He can shed blocks with extension and power. Everything that you're looking for in a linebacker, he possesses. I'm really excited to see Dexter Kennedy play in Boulder. Keep an eye out on him for sure. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have Jimmy Horn. He's rounding out that top 100. He's the 100th player in the transfer portal, 4-star wide receiver, 5'10", $175 out of Sanford, Florida. He's a top 15 wide receiver in the portal. Of course, clocked at a 4.38 in the 40-yard dash at USF. 23 games, he had 67 catches, 960 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had 14 rushes on the ground as well, another 107 yards, a touchdown on the ground. He's dynamic, explosive. We know about the speed that he possesses. 16 kick returns, 323 yards, 20.2 yards per return. He had 4 games this past season with over 100 all-purpose yards. He was first team all-conference as well. So, you know, we're definitely excited to see, you know, Jimmy Horn and see that speed, you know, Saturday in and Saturday out for that Colorado football program. You know, that's definitely going to be fun. So, I mean, when you look at, you know, the fact that Colorado had 3 players that were in the top 30 in the transfer portal. They had, 5 overall in the top 100. And you forgetting about players that didn't make that list, but I mean, they still got, legit dogs that didn't make that list. I mean, you look at like Miles Slusher, right, who had almost 100 tackles at Arkansas. You got Jordan Dominic from Arkansas as well, that was 3rd in the SEC in sacks this year. You have Xavier Weaver, that was 4th all-time wide receiver yards in USF history. He was 6th all-time in catches. And then, of course, you got Kavasi Smoke, who was 7th all-time in yards per carry at Kentucky. That's just to name a few. I mean, it was so much more. Savion Washington, first team All-MAC for Kent State. I mean, they just had some phenomenal guys coming in. It's a strong reason why they are the #1 team in the transfer portal. And we're going to be excited to see exactly what they're going to do in 2023. Not going to keep you long. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, man. Birds Eye View.